Hey neighbors, have you ever just felt like life is just one big bundle of risk? So this is going to be a quick vlog just to, catch up with you and update you. And as you can see, this tire is crushed up. And the past couple of weeks have been very interesting. So it started one Saturday, we were carrying Hannah to school and I had all the children. All 5 of them were with me and I just heard blub, 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 blub. And yes, this tire that you see on the ground, this spare tire that has this nice bend in the rim, was what we had to resort to after we got the flat. Now, I don't mind getting a flat tire while by myself, but to have all the children with me, and it just felt like a major security risk. I was very alert, was on the highway, don't know if somebody who would stop would be somebody who really wants to help or just take advantage, but thank God we were fine. So big up to Tire Warehouse, I got the tire changed there, and the technician basically told me based on how the tire blew out, it may have been because it was dry rotten, and he checked the manufacturer's date and it was saying from 2017. So basically I was driving on a 7-year-old rubbers. But thank God, nothing worse happened in the puncture. Then another day, Tina called me while I was on the road saying that she could hear crackling, fire crackling and burning up bush. And just across the road from us, there was a bushfire that the fire truck had to be coming, and another fire truck with water had to come to help, and the firefighters were there. And it could have been so much worse. It could have come over to our side. And then it dovetailed into, yes, pun intended, us rescuing this American kestrel, also known as what them call them, sparrowhawk, because 2 pitcheries were trying to take advantage of it. We believe that the pitcheries disabled the bird, so one of the wings were injured, and we're trying to go in for the kill eventually. But we put on our hard hats and literally went in to rescue the bird, which was a major risk because these pitcheries are very aggressive animals. But then the biggest thing and the biggest talk in this season is just one thing, right? It's all about election. The election campaign, local government election, and they were out in their numbers, both the green side and the orange side, revving up their bases. Then it got me thinking. It got me thinking because later that day, news emerged that a supporter of one of the parties met in an accident and lost her leg, had to be amputated. Days following, there were 2 other deaths coming from accidents, revolving around the motorcades that these parties would be putting on. So either the drivers are behaving too recklessly, or you just put yourself in the position, the energy, the revelry just lends itself for these kinds of things to happen. And it's a fact that life inherently has risk. To get out of your bed in the morning is risky. To go on the road, it's risky. Anything could happen on the road, but it is a necessary risk to go and earn a living. Despite the fact that other things negative could happen, the positives outweigh it, the benefits of it outweigh it. And I think that's where we need to draw the line or make the distinction in how we choose to go about life. Assessing the risk and seeing what is worth taking the risk for. I remember just a couple of weeks ago as well, I met a neighbor at Fesco on Mandela Highway, and the person came to me and they were like, you really inspire me. Watch the channel all the time. You really inspire me watching you and your family. And as always, I take it very graciously and I say thanks. But honestly, to think of myself as an inspiration, just knowing how much fear goes into even what we're doing now with this chicken thing, we're doing it afraid. We are not beyond the fact that it is a major risk. It could be risky investment. It could be we could fail, but knowing that we're still pushing on. As I said, courage is not the absence of fear. It's knowing that there is fear, but still moving on. So let that be the takeaway today. Do it afraid. Pursue it even though you don't have everything figured out. And it reminds me of the scripture in Colossians. It says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Yeah, man, so right now I'm going to take another risk, and it involves my water boots. Need to get my gloves. Yeah, not the cowhide one, the regular, these rough ones will work. And last but not least, something sharp, just in case anything jumps out at me. Blunt force, no. Alright, this looks more like it. Yes, this looks more like it. And neighbors, yes. Just going to clear up something now. From the last video, we got many questions and comments. And they are warranted because we did not show the entire build as the entire completed structure. So people are asking about rain and all these things. So I'm going to go over it now, and about the children as well. There's a point for the children that I'll show you a little later. But first of all, let me show you the entire thing. The covering, there is roof, there's a tarpaulin. So let me show you now. So there is a tarpaulin that we have going around it that we are able to drop at night to help with the temperatures. It helps to also act as a kind of a shade cloth from the sun. If there's too much sun being angled into towards them, we can lower it. There is a zinc, so the tarpaulin usually sits on top in the day. At night it's lowered to the sides. However, there's a zinc covering, I would say 60% of the structure. So up to about here, 60 to 70% of it is covered. Right up to here as well, right across. So when rain falls, they can take cover around here on the covered part. And that I think was the biggest concern. They're asking about rain and so forth. So we have thought about that as well. Still some tweaking to go on. For the digging of the predators like mongoose and so forth, dogs. The mesh that we have here, we extended it down to form a skirting so that the predators wouldn't have direct access right at the perimeter of the chicken tractor. So they would become frustrated digging. Of course, if they really wanted to, they would devote the time. But we ensure that there's some skirting here. Maybe we could make it longer the next time so that there's some buffer. So far so good. And one of the biggest things we do is spray daily that they keep safe, because the most commercial and thought through chicken farms have theft and problems. The stationary structures have theft and problems from predators. So at the end of the day, a big part of our security system is eternal Father up above. So we do what we can here, and if you have any other suggestions, we welcome it in the comments. So now let's walk to that structure over there that we've never set foot in. We've had this property for a while now, over 2 years. So you go 2022, 2023. Over here, something like I can't remember. But we've never set foot in this structure. We have walked to it, cleaned around it, I've walked around it, I have peeked in there, but I've never set foot in there. Tina is in Kingston right now with Hannah. The children are inside sleeping. So I'm hoping that whatever's on the other side doesn't get me, because there's nobody here to witness what's going on. But we have plans to use it for something important in the next couple of weeks. We have an idea and it may become useful. Let me put it that way, because we don't know what is on the other side. From what we've been told, it was an outhouse, which is a fancy way of saying pit latrine, which is a fancy way of saying pit toilet. So I'm assuming that below here is connection to some underground natural soak away kind of vibe. I'm not sure what is inside, what kind of toilet, how neat and tidy it is, and if it looks too bad, I won't bring it in there. But yeah, we've peeked. Let's see. Hello? So this is what in here looks like. It's a little dingy, but yes, it's an outhouse. I know we don't use it. We have water, running water, electricity in our country, but it was from some time ago. So I'm going to remove this, and I believe I want to see what is under here. That's the gateway to where all the juice is. Yeah, there's a big hole under a round thing, so that confirms that it is what I said it is. I'm going to use a phone flashlight to see how deep it is though. It's kind of scary, but the rain coming down. It's been a weird week for weather. Yeah, so just stones. Yeah, perfect. It's actually in pretty good shape, by the way. Pretty clean. You know, relative to what it's been used for, or has been used for. Neat and tidy, no bag of roaches around. It's good to go. So what we have the idea for, it will be perfect. Just going to let that be a project over the next week or so. But yeah, but I needed to show you something on the chicken tractor. People have been asking about the children and how they react to the chicks. They wrote them a nice little note. Alright, so this week Tina and I were doing the, we call them chores for the tractor in the morning, getting things ready. And we noticed a scribbling right here. It says family, a heart, chicks. Family love chicks. We love our chicks. Chicks is Love, you can see that? Yeah, so that will tell you how they feel about the chicks, and we have been driving home again that these chicks are for eating, for our house, and for selling to other people to eat healthy. So the rain coming down. But we should get some layers so they can have them over a long period of time, like what Alika was suggesting in the comments. But I will ask them if the time allows, their opinions, they can get it straight from them. Yeah, hear what they have to say. So see them just take cover under the zinc. The zinc is protecting them so they can eat and drink and be merry. You enjoying the rain, brother? Alright, go and do your thing. Okay, hi Leila and Zahra.
Hi, Daddy.
Alright, just wake up and just watch your hair. That's why you look like that, right? Alright, so the neighbors want to know how you feel about the chicks. Do you like the chickens that we got?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think about them?
They look pretty.
They're pretty. How you feel about us eating them?
I don't want you to eat.
You don't want us to eat them?
No.
Why not? Why not? You don't want him to fill your belly?
Mm-mm.
Why? They're too cute? Huh?
But I think I want you to get more.
You want me to get more?
Mm-hmm.
Get more chickens? Why? You want me to get some that you can keep as pets? So we can eat these then, and then get some more that you can keep as pets. That's better. You'd be okay with that, Zahra?
Yes.
You'd be okay with that, Leila?
Yes.
We're going to work on that. We're going to get some that can lay eggs for us. That's okay. So in the morning when you want it, boiled eggs or scrambled eggs, the chicken can just lay the egg for us, and we have it. All right. But these are for eating, though. Okay. Deal. So I'll work on your other eggs, your other chickens. All right. Deal. All right. So neighbors, it's been good to share with you another time in another video, and until we see each other again, keep safe. Remember to go out and vote if you are living in Jamaica. Put the X right beside the, I'm not telling you, but go out and vote. Exercise your right, and keep safe. And until next time, big up from me and my house. Bye.